I'm someone who's been exposing this for 30 years and encouraging people to not acquiesce with their own enslavement. So there's no way I'm going to acquiesce with my own enslavement. I mean, what credibility would that be? So I'm not doing any of it. And, you know, if they keep coming towards me with more and more impositions to the point where, and it is the agenda, if they think they can get away with it, they'll go for it. It's in the script that everyone has to wear a mask outside their home. In fact, there are lunatics in authority in places like Florida who are telling people to wear masks in their own home if someone's there that's not usually there. But if they do that, if they say you can't leave your home without wearing a mask, well, obviously, I'm going to leave my home because I'm not going to be put under house arrest by a bunch of psychopaths and idiots, which is the combination that's doing this. So I will go out and I won't wear a mask. And what happens then happens. If they fine me, I won't pay the fine. Well, we'll put you in jail. We'll go ahead because I ain't acquiescing to you. Because I do understand, Brian, I completely understand why people look at this situation with the masks and they say, I know it's nonsense. I know why they're doing it, but I've got to get to work to feed my family. I've got to do this to feed my family. Completely understand that. And I'm not saying because I'm doing it that everyone else should do it and you're all wrong if you don't do what I'm doing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying my personal choice for two reasons. A, if I'm encouraging people not to acquiesce with their own enslavement, then the last thing I need to do is do it, or ever would. And secondly, I'm doing it for my own self-respect. You know, some psychopaths in the shadows through idiots in government are going to tell me I have to wear a face nappy or a face diaper, as you would say in America. What? Not a chance. You know, I put something on the internet this week, a picture of Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, and Matt Hancock, the Health Secretary, neither of which know anything about health at all. They're just reading the script. They're just spectators, really. But it's quite a thought that these two people who, in terms of understanding what's going on, don't have two brain cells to rub together, they announce something that people have to do, this pair of prats, and tens of millions do it. Well, where do you think that's going to end with that scale of acquiescence? So what I'm saying is, I do understand why people acquiesce because they've got to feed their families and all that. I understand that. I'm not condemning. But I have to say this. If we don't stop acquiescing with our own enslavement, like now, then it doesn't bear thinking where this is going. And the longer we leave it, the more extreme it's going to be, and the more there is going to be to turn around in a much more extreme situation of dealing with it. Because how this cult works, that's behind all this, is it pushes the gate. And if there's no resistance, it goes to the next one, and it pushes that. And if there's no resistance, it goes to the next one. This is exactly the process, Brian, that we've been seeing since all this started. Constantly pushing the gate. And people have said in Britain, understandably, why are they making masks mandatory now, all these months into this so-called crisis, when the death rate's been going down? There's reasons why it's going down, which I'm sure we'll come to. So why are they doing it? It's because if they threw everything at us at the start, And if they had not paid furlough payments to people for those that lost their not lost their jobs, but lost their work because of the lockdowns and the business closures, and were they're still officially employed, but they don't work, so the government pays them some money. If they hadn't have done that, then this lockdown would have been over a long time ago, because there would have been such a reaction. First of all, how do I feed my family? And then all these other things out of nowhere, the masks and social distancing and all this stuff, in one go, there'd have been a massive pushback. And they know that, because the way they manipulate the world is psychologically. It's all about controlling people's perceptions. So this is what they've been doing. We'll introduce this like the lockdown. We're just introducing the lockdown to flatten the curve. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Back in the midst of history. And that was, we'll placate them. This is not long, no, we'll just flatten the curve. And then you get them used to it. And then you go to the next one. And you get them used to that. And then you go to the next one. And now the part of the script where they introduce masks and start to subjugate people literally, visually, destroying their individuality, and also symbolism. It's why I've written so much about symbolism over the years, and why the occult and the satanic groups and the secret societies use symbolism, the language of symbolism. It's their language, because it's the language of the subconscious. And if you can, this is what they're trying to get. They're trying to get into the subconscious, because they know that once they've planted thoughts, perceptions, beliefs in the subconscious, they will filter through to the conscious mind, at which point the person will think they're their conclusions, their insight, their decisions.